right, everybody, we're back. Brand new Cabral concept. Excited to be back with you here today answering our weekend Cabral house calls. What we're going to do today is get to 5 to 6 of our community questions. If you're new to the show, essentially people write in at Ask Cabral, which is stephencabral.com/Ask Cabral. And what I do is I answer your question live on the show. Don't prep for it. We don't do any research. Just try to give you 25 years of working in the health and wellness-based industry and seeing now well over a quarter of a million people. So I have to give you the disclaimer: no medical treatment plans, no medical cures, diagnosis, or advice in any form. But what we're doing is we're giving you health-based education. We're helping you find the underlying root cause to your health issues, which is truly the most important thing. I suffered for 10 years with all sorts of health issues: autoimmune, sleep issues, Addisons disease, allergies, type 2 diabetes, autoimmune, et cetera, et cetera. So here's the thing though. When I found out what the underlying root causes were, and I worked on those 6 months later, I had no more diagnosed diseases. So you could say they're in remission for 20 years later, right? Or that they're just not there, right? They're not there. Yes, they can be a part of your genetics, but the genetics do not need to express themselves in that way. So let's try to help some people right now. I'm always excited to see these questions that come in. I just opened up the Word document. My team does such a great job putting that together, gathering your questions from the Ask Cabral, and let's dive in. All right, Kara's up first. Kara says, I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I have a 12-year-old client who started eating paper 5 years ago. I wanted to see what the underlying causes of this, which I believe is called PICA. She seems like she is on the autism spectrum, so I'm running a heavy metal test in her blood right now and would like to run an HTMA2. Anything else that you would suggest? Okay, so yeah, it could, PICA is a catch-all, PICA, and it can sometimes be from nutrient deficiencies, and it can also be from just mental health-based imbalances as well. And so we want to look at that. I always run the starter kit, just so you know. The starter kit is the hair mineral analysis. We call it the minerals and metals test. So it looks at all the minerals, and it also looks at heavy metals like mercury and aluminum and cadmium and arsenic and lead. But many children that I've seen in my practice that have PICA or are on the autism spectrum disorder is they have elevated levels of copper as well. So sometimes they have what's called a copper toxicity. So I look for that. And then the other lab, which is part of the starter kit, is called the Candida Metabolic and Vitamins test. And that looks at gut function. And that's a big one. So that's the one that we always run with children, especially children with ASD. So that's what we're looking at. Hopefully that's helpful. And then of course, nutrient deficiencies. Sometimes kids are low in iron, B vitamins, et cetera, and show signs of PICA. Okay. Isabella's up next. Dear Dr. Cabral, I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but as an Ayubowan member, I was wondering if you could give me an update on the plans for Ayubowan. I remember something about monthly Q&A, master classes, celebrity chef, mental health, binaural beats. I've been a member from the start and I missed the master classes. Can I find them somewhere so I can listen to them now? Thank you so much for the great product and podcast. No, it's you can absolutely always write in. Again, we take all of your comments very seriously, and we're actually rebuilding Ayubowan from the ground up. That's what we're doing. So Ayubowan right now offers you the app. It offers you some great things, obviously, that's all in there. So the binaural beats, the free workout programs, the free nutrition plans, that's all in there as part of a Ayubowan subscriber. It's basically anybody with a subscription to an eco-life-based product of a certain value gets them so many of these products worth thousands of dollars per year. And you even get a complimentary lab shipped to you for the minerals and metals test. So that's pretty phenomenal as well. So what we're doing is we want to be able to always deliver on our promises. We want to make sure that we're creating the greatest value program for people. So it's being rethought and relaunched this September. And hope it's very exciting. It's going to be tiered subscriptions as well. That will actually be happening much sooner. So look for that happening literally this month, meaning that you're going to be able to save now all the way up to 20% every single day with free shipping, which I think is pretty phenomenal. So because we know that most people use 3, 4, or 5 plus products. And we said, we have probably the smallest margins in the industry. That means like we don't mark up our products a lot, but of course we have to pay for 60 people on our team, all the technology, all these great things, but very little margins. And you know that every dollar from Equilife goes back into Equilife, the research, the apps, these rewards programs, and much more. So literally every dollar goes back in. And we also have, I think, a really nice charity program of us giving overseas as well to less fortunate mothers, single mothers in Africa as well. So, okay, all of it, part of it's being relaunched like right away with the amazing tiered subscriptions. We can save 20% plus free shipping. And then in September, all new features as well. So stay tuned. Appreciate you rating in. Appreciate you being a part of that Ayubowan subscription program. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, you can just literally go to stevencabral.com/shop. It'll take you over to Equilife, and you'll be able to see all the subscription offers. Basically, if you use magnesium, if you use vitamin D, if you use vitamin C, if you use the daily nutritional support, daily omega-3, well, if you bundle them together, you're going to save even more over at Equilife. So it's pretty incredible. All right. Thank you, Isabella. Bettina's up next. Bettina says, Dear Dr. Cabral, I'm sometimes experiencing pain when eating. It feels like air is trapped in my throat and I get a pain in my chest and back. When really bad, I get pain in my arm. I remember when I was about 10 years old, the first time I experienced this, I ate cold pancakes and enjoyed them so much that I forgot to chew my food. I do often experience this pain when eating something I really like, but I'm very attentive to chew my food now. Due to surgery, I had to swallow a lot of pills and got so much pain in my back, chest, and arms that I couldn't stand it. The pain stayed for about 30 minutes and was awful. I think it is an esophagus spasm, but I'm not sure. Again, I feel like air or something is being trapped in my throat and gives me too much back pain. Understand what you're saying, and we've seen this multiple times in our practice. So it could be air or gas is usually what it is. Again, I'm not giving you medical advice or diagnosis, or that slowing of digestion, building up gas in the stomach, like when you ate the cold pancakes, right? So cold in your stomach for digestion is never a good thing. The stomach wants heat and a low pH when trying to digest. So that's why we use, and you may want to try, again, not medical treatment plan, but you may want to try a little apple cider vinegar in water or some hot ginger tea with meals, just a little bit to sip during the meals to get the food down, chew your food really well like you spoke about, and use 2 to 3 daily digestive enzymes. That's where I would start. Daily digestive enzymes can be taken before the meal, and then just a little ACV and or ACV, apple cider vinegar with water, and or ginger tea during the meal, just sipping it to get the food down. I would start there. That might work great for you. And then you may want to run something like the big 3, which are the 3 gut tests: food sensitivity, the Candida metabolic vitamins test, the bacteria and parasite stool test, to see if there's anything going on with the gut that we want to work on. All right. So hopefully that was helpful. The daily digestive enzymes that we use in our practice, of course, are over at Equilife, and that's just stevencabral.com/shop. All right, Laura's up. Hi, Dr. C. Hope you and your family are doing well, Bachi included. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate that, including my new dog. I've heard many times, but not sure if this is true. Do zinc and magnesium absorb better if taken together? And if you take them after dinner along with omega-3 oil, is it okay to take ashwagandha at the same time? Which supplements can be taken together and which apart? Thank you for your help and knowledge. Lots of love to everyone and happy healing. All right, so I think I have a podcast on when to take what supplements when. So if you can't find it at stevencabral.com/podcast, please write into cabralsupportgroup.com. Michelle is great at being able to find these podcasts. Okay, so zinc and magnesium, I can't say necessarily that they absorb better together, but I can say they work better together. And the reason is that both of them are anabolic. So I want to share this and why. So I always like to give you the physiology behind why. So I take both of those at dinner. I take full spectrum magnesium every single night at dinner. I often take CalMag complete with it. So it's a little calcium with the magnesium. And then I take a full spectrum magnesium. And then I take balanced zinc. And balanced zinc is zinc with copper. Okay, here's why. So the magnesium and or calcium taken together help to relax the nervous system. And I like to turn off that nervous system at the end of the day. At dinner, I take those. Great, right? So that's nice, calming. But then zinc also can have a relaxing effect, but it helps to start the repair cycle as well. It's an anabolic mineral for your hair, your skin, your nails, your muscles, and it helps with rebuilding. So you want that overnight. So they're both fantastic for sleep. I started taking zinc and magnesium many, many years ago. We're talking about like in my mid-20s, and it started to improve my sleep. So yeah, 20 plus years ago. And then ashwagandha. So ashwagandha, absolutely. So inside of our Adrenal Soothe, inside of the Adrenal Soothe is a clinical dosage of ashwagandha, phosphoserine, L-theanine, and other factors that help relax the nervous system and sleep. That's what I do. I can't recommend enough. So Adrenal Soothe, those is great. Your omega-3s, I take mine at dinner too. You can take omega-3s any time of the day, honestly. Any time of the day is totally fine. I take mine at night. So yeah, those are basically, you're taking the evening supplements that I take as well. That's what I do. All right. Jennifer's up next. Jennifer says, hi, Dr. Cabral, 2 questions. I clean an office building as a living. My shift are anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. I don't want to use Bluetooth headphones, but I know it's not great to have my phone or on my person either. Could you tell me the least toxic way to listen to music and podcasts while working? That won't disturb others working around me. My boss has been very generous letting me use a non-toxic cleaner of my choice, but there are still a few areas in the building where I'm asked to use their toxic cleaners. Is there any way to detox my lungs at the end of the shift to protect myself from any products I might inhale? I already always use gloves when using these products to protect my skin. Thank you. Okay. So the nice thing is this, we have an amazing community. You should write in to at cabralsupportgroup.com and let the community give you some answers as well, but I'll give you mine. So first and foremost, however you feel about masks, wearing masks, not wearing masks, et cetera, a lot of that was just totally just bananas. This is the only way to say it during the pandemic. I mean, telling people to wear cloth masks, which have no efficacy behind them, and even worse are the gator masks, which simply made the viral-based particles smaller and easier to transmit, was terrible. However, K95 masks, when worn properly, can actually stop transmission and things of that nature. So anyway, but that's also, they can help with breathing in inhalants. Your eyes won't necessarily be protected, but breathing it in can be helpful. So when you're using these toxic cleaners in a non-ventilated area, that's actually when KN95 masks can actually be very valid. I mean, they really can. It's not that they can't be valid as well if you're trying not to get sick or transmit. I'm not saying that either. If you're immunocompromised, then I don't judge. Yes, good. Wear the mask. And that's what I always said, is just all these all for one, people all for, all against. First of all, we need to be kind. Let people do what they choose to do. And then also you do what you feel is right for you. I'm a very much let people, choose, but at the same time, again, I'm not here to push my views on other people, but there is a time and place for all of these things. Okay, now let's get back to the cell phone. I don't have my cell phone on me because I try to practice what I preach. My cell phone is not on my body right now. It's not on my desk. I just don't need it while I'm at my desk working. So, and if I need it, a message, if I'm worried about, my wife needing to get a hold of me, I've got my, it's attached, right, to my laptop. But anyway, what I do when I'm on a run or I'm listening to music, I have a EMF blocking case, the Safe Sleep case. You can find that at stevencabral.com/resources. Just click on EMFs and you'll be taken to the section of blocking EMFs. I use the same thing for my daughter's iPads. So if we're traveling and they take those, then that they know that they keep the case on. And then I would use wired headphones. And my wired headphones should be right around here. But yeah, you know what they are. They're just the regular Apple headphones. So right here, I still use the wired ones. So connected. And then I put the Safe Sleep case, the EMF blocking case, against my body in my back pocket, and the phone is pointed away. So that's how I do it. And that's the best protection that I know of at this date. If somebody knows better, for sure, you can let me know. If you're not using Wi-Fi, even better, put your phone on airplane mode, turn off Bluetooth, and now you can just listen to music. And if you have music and you don't need the Wi-Fi, although you may, depending on the music that you're listening to, then that's the way to do it. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you, Jennifer, for writing in. Thank you, everybody, for your support of the Cabral concept and this amazing community that we have. Of course, share the show with anyone you believe it could serve. And I'll be back tomorrow on a brand new mindset and motivation. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.